Hello, good friends. I'm gonna just have a quick look at the trending panels here. We had Do Not Comply and Alex Jones right at the top before. I think if we have a look now, yeah, Alex is still trending, and we're gonna go into why very briefly here because I don't want to steal the whole clip, but this needs to be said. I want to reiterate the Do Not Comply sentiment right here, and this is why.
Ladies and gentlemen, I got a call yesterday. An individual was in town and they wanted to meet with me that I know well. And they are a high level manager in the TSA. And I went and met with them
Mm-hmm.
and had a cup of coffee with them.
Geez, being slow this one.
And they said, you got to warn people. Tuesday, we got called in, the managers, and told that by the middle of September, that the new policy is being written, that this is done. They were told this is happening.
This is just a month from
It's
now.
not hypothetical. You will all have to wear masks again,
Not even.
and
Yeah, 1
so
month.
will airport employees.
There we go. Masks are coming back.
Then, by the middle of October,
I want to tell you, just before he goes on, in Australia, we still are required to wear masks in certain settings. Now, I've not been complying with that rule, and unfortunately, most people are still people are just choosing to comply with it, so they're getting away with it. So, for example, I went to the doctor's clinic the other day, and everyone there was saying you have to wear a mask, and I said no, I don't. The WHO has declared the emergency over, so I'm not going to do it. They said, well, we're not going to serve you. I said, well, you have to, because there's reasons. Anyway, they have to serve me because of the medications I'm on and blah, blah, blah. But I eventually stood my ground. I stood outside the building, and I forced them to call me from out on the street. And I didn't wear the mask, and I'm not going to, because it's ridiculous. The studies, the answers are out, and it's unforgivable. Let's let him continue here.
they are going to say that everyone flying has to wear a mask. And in the meetings, people began to ask them, well, I mean, why is this happening? They said, well, because of the new variant in Canada and because of the WHO, they may.
So do you remember the new variant in Canada? It was like what was that all about?
Declare this, but regardless.
They called it, Canadian COVID variant. What do they call it? BA2. Yeah, the Canadian COVID variant, also known as the B1.1, is a strain of SARS-CoV-2 that was first identified in the United Kingdom. It has since spread to countries including Canada. The variant is characterized by several mutations in its spike protein, which is the target of many COVID-19 vaccinations. This is believed to be more transmissible than the original strain of the virus. So this is why it's being caused. They're causing the alarm. Let's continue and see what Alex has to say.
We've been told this is going to happen.
And he goes quiet here for quite a bit. He's pacing himself with this one.
And then they were told, we expect by December a return to the full COVID protocol of 2020, 2021.
Now, why do you think they're going to do that? Why do you think they did it in 2020, 2021? What else happened during that time?
Many more details. I wrote down notes on it.
Come on, Alex. Hurry it up.
Then I left.
Here we go. We can do a 125.
Called the first federal connection that I was thinking of. Didn't answer. Called the second. Answered. Told them what I've been told. And they said, what day was that? I said, Tuesday. They said, yep, we were told yesterday. Yesterday was Thursday, so it's Wednesday. Expect COVID protocols to begin rolling out middle of September. And I said, what else were you told? basically that they believe this new variant's super bad and that they're doing the testing and that they should just get ready for a whole new rollout of what happened before. And this was Border Patrol connected people I was talking to, and
Gotcha.
testing at the border again and the whole shooting match. That's 2 federal agents that told me this yesterday. And then I went and looked at the news, and there they were saying Canada's looking at new restrictions again because of the variant, and so is the EU. And what did the Russians just put out 3 days ago? U.S. is plotting another pandemic. Russian head of the defense ministry warns.
And you can bet Australia will just follow suit. What else? I'm going to skip forward a little bit.
Out with mail-in balloting.
What's he got here? What's he got here?
Timing a few years ago. And why is it perfect timing? Because you go into the election year.
Exactly.
They had the last crisis go over 2.5 years. They'll bare minimum run this through the next election.
It's about the election.
It's only 14, 15 months out with mail-in ballots again. And we have all the eyewitnesses and testimony.
I don't know what this
they
footage
get the mail-in
is
ballots,
here.
and in some cases they were 99% for Joe Biden. Who believes that?
Well, you know, I'm going to cut you off there, Alex, because I'm on certain platforms that prevent me from, you know, going into certain topics. But just have a think for yourselves. Why is it so conveniently being rolled out now? Why, when they announced this strain a while back, who else was trending? Putin. Let's have a look at him. Why is Putin trending? Oh, he just thinks we're all drug addicts. It's probably true. I mean, this does not exist in Russia. No, I bet it doesn't. Yeah. What else we got? Vivek Ramaswamy. I don't know anything about this guy other than he's got a strange name. And I don't really care enough to go into him. Yeah, InfoWars. So he's right at the top of the panel at the moment, and everyone is talking about it. I've been spraying it all over my page, like here and here. They will keep setting fires until you can submit to their climate change agenda. They will keep allowing looting of shops until you submit electronic IDs and facial surveillance. They will keep creating pandemics until you submit to medical slavery. Do not comply. That is from Leilani Dowding. It's not my words. I'm quoting someone. So, yeah. So that's what's the latest. I want to have a quick look at this one thing here. Apparently, this thing's been catching my attention. Like, I wish it wasn't. But the MH370 thing was something that I was so wrapped up in before. If anyone hasn't seen this yet, this is some crazy footage that supposedly come from the NROL 22 satellite system. And it's apparently being triangulated and matched up from other areas. Now, there's a lot of debunking stories going around there saying that it was originally some French guy who made it into a CGI thing, but I don't think that's been corroborated. I don't think there's any hard debunking happening of this one yet. There's a lot, and there seems to be more and more stuff coming out on it. There's a very interesting tweet. So this is supposedly missing airline MH370 that went missing on March in 2014. 2014. And then, as you can see, into the frame comes this UFO, and it's joined by a second and a third. And they form this pattern, and they just converge on this craft, on this airplane, and shortly you'll see it just vanish into what appears to be some kind of porthole, or, I mean, let's have a look. There it goes. I don't know if you heard that bang that was in the hallway, but it happened at the exact same time as the plane disappeared. Now, that was the first thing that went viral. Now, it smacks of bullshit a little bit to start with. However, if you listen to what this guy's saying, actually, is there volume on this? Oh, this is another angle here from a drone, apparently. Here we go. It seems interesting that all these things, but I mean, it was on alert at the time, so apparently, yeah, okay, so this is another angle from the drone. Now, this is the thing that's they reckon is debunked, because the contrails of the craft here were not stabilized along with the jet itself. However, that has been explained away by doing a comparison of the stabilization. So if you stabilize the contrails, it looks like the jet is experiencing major turbulence, which could be a potentiality in if this is a real piece of footage. And bang, there it goes. Now, what people are saying is that it was actually pulled back. As you can see, they've done all these. See, MH370 seems to have been pulled from behind, thanks to Reddit, for stacking the images and revealing this. So it sort of appears like it's been pulled back into this like I don't know, portal, whatever they've opened there. Sounds kind of crazy to use that language, but this is what's going around the internet. Now, I did see guy. Where is it? He was explaining how there are now 3 videos. MH370. Now, I think the third video is just a duplicate, but he explains some things here.
August 7th, 2023, when Reddit user Velcro made a post to the RUFO
So this is from Dr. ZW Zombie Wolf 2022
community. The post contained infrared footage depicting an incredible and chilling event. Recently, I saw this footage circulating online, and I was hoping that someone here might have information about when this was taken and where. User Velcro wrote. The footage depicts a passenger plane flying
Whoa, that's too quick.
steadily across the frame. Without warning, 3 circular objects rapidly encircle the aircraft, weaving in synchronized orbits. As they continue their circular trajectory, the plane makes a sharp leftward turn, seemingly trying to evade its strange pursuers. But the bright spheres stay locked on target, refusing to break their formation. Then, as the plane straightens its path once more, all 3 objects suddenly converge on the helpless aircraft. A bizarre flash occurs, and the plane has vanished. Upon closer inspection, the aircraft bears a striking resemblance to a Boeing 777-200ER. This is the same model of the infamous Malaysia.
Now, there is, there's wreckage. But I want to know if this is the video. Okay, here we go. This is what he goes into detail about the end-roll and stuff.
Higher vantage point provides corroboration that the same aircraft and incident are depicted. Armed with this new perspective, users vigorously dissected both videos. A pivotal clue lies in the coordinates briefly visible in the satellite video footage. Redditors quickly determined that a U.S. spy satellite named NROL-22. So
it used to be thought that it was NROL-33, which was actually launched and set into operation in a couple of months after the MH370 crash. So that was discounted, but then they later realized, well, it could be NROL-22, which I think went up in 2009 or 2006.
Captured the event based on partial name markings.
The problem is that at the time, I believe this was a classified piece of tech. So no one actually knew, well, it wasn't public knowledge that this was out there and in use. So perhaps this is why this was withheld from us.
Launched in 2006, NROL-22 was a classified satellite on a unique Molniya orbit. Reddit user, u/Drugi don't crash here, conducted an extensive analysis plotting the location of surveillance satellite NROL-22 relative to the coordinates displayed in the video. They determined that at its point of closest approach, NROL-22 passed within 4,434 kilometers of the coordinates in the southern Indian Ocean. With the satellite reaching a peak altitude of 83 degrees, its elevation above the coordinates was approximately 4,401 kilometers. This positions NROL-22 tantalizingly close to the location depicted in the satellite footage during the projected time period of MH370's disappearance. Another critical revelation uncovered by Reddit users is that the original satellite footage exhibits a stereoscopic 3D effect. This indicates the video was captured using 2 separate camera lenses spaced apart, allowing for parallax and depth perception. User something be demonstrated that when viewing the video by crossing...
Okay, so that must be, that could reveal some more of the capability of NROL-22, I'm not sure, but I forgot there was also this crucial part of this video, which I have to show you. This is part of the argument against the debunking. There was some anomalies in the clouds after it disappeared. Let's have a look at that.
Validity to the thermal footage. To further the mystery, in the satellite video footage, a strange hole is seen forming in the clouds immediately after the flash event that makes the plane disappear. This punctured area was not present prior to the flash occurring. Once the hole manifests, it persists in a fixed position, even as the camera pans away from the area. The timing and static nature of the ruptured cloud segment suggests a connection to the energy flash. The energy release can be observed pushing the gray cloud area forward. Additionally, the flash illumination itself appears reflected on surrounding clouds.
Well,
This
this is all a bit
showcases
elaborate,
complex
isn't it?
physics interactions between the light blast and cloud layers. The appearance of this well-timed hole, along with the visible cloud deformations from the explosion, constitutes an incredibly meticulous level of detail. Incorporating such nuanced atmospheric effects lends further credibility to the footage, showcasing advanced visuals beyond casual hoaxing efforts. If all this wasn't enough proof, a third video came to light that appears to capture the same event from yet another angle.
I think this is just
The
a
potential
mirror.
emergence of more
This is just a mirror of the first one, and it's been grayscaled.
classified footage adds to the credibility of an extraordinary event.
But the hole in the cloud thing was weird to me. Very weird to me. Made me think, ugh, yikes. Where's this original one from? I'm pleased to present a meticulously compiled review of just some of the significant fun. Yeah, okay. Cool. Alright. That's kind of all I wanted to go into at the moment. What's Blue Sky up to? Why is everyone going to do an exodus to Blue Sky? Because that sucks now. It does, but I'm not allowed to say that because I get deep boosted for it and people hate on me for it. But anyway, that's what I'm going on about today. I will catch you all again next time. Bye.